1000%, I know I will never cheat on somebody, and I'm going to explain why in this video. Hey guys, welcome back to Soulistic. My name is Montoya, and here on this platform we bridge spirituality with practicality, and we get real deep while keeping it real. This video is a little bit different, but I did ask on my Instagram if you guys would want to see it, and a number of you said yes. And by a number, I mean 2 people. I'm just kidding. It was 3. If you can't tell by the title, this video is going to be all about cheating, why people cheat, and my really value system or philosophy around cheating, I guess is the best way to put it. Let's talk about why people cheat, because I feel like it's important to understand what is driving someone to do something that they know is going to hurt somebody who they claim they love, right? Because logically, when you explain it like that, it doesn't make sense. You're like, well, why would anyone cheat when you're in a relationship, you've committed to this person, you say you love them, and then you go and you do something that you know is going to hurt them? Logically, it doesn't make sense. So why do people do it? And why do so many people do it? Unfortunately, as with many things in life, cheating pretty much always leads back to or stems from a deep sense of insecurity, of not feeling good enough, which I think pretty much every human being has felt that way at some point throughout their lifetime, right? And I really think it comes from insecurity, not feeling good enough, and really this programming that we need validation outside of ourselves we literally need people to tell us, hey, you're good enough, or to validate us in some way through their actions. I think this is why a lot of times someone might be in a relationship that they're not happy in, and maybe they feel like they're not getting what they want or need from their partner, and then there's some person on the side who's like, hey, you're not getting the validation you want from your partner, well, I can give you that validation. And the insecure, unhappy person in the relationship is like, oh, you can give me validation? Well, that's exactly what I want. Now, I've heard the saying, once a cheater, always a cheater, and I do not necessarily think this is true. For some people, yes, I do think that is the case. We all have heard of those people who just cheat in every single relationship. It's not just a one-time thing, it's like consistently over and over and over. It's not to say they will never grow out of that, so to speak, but I do think those are the people you really kind of have to worry about in relationships. Like if you are cheating on someone over and over and over, or you're cheating on multiple people that you've dated, it's like, this is a real problem. Like, you really need to go in and look at your life, look at yourself, and figure out what the heck's going on, because there's a problem. If someone cheats one time and they're so torn up about it and apologetic and it never happens again, then it's like, okay, maybe that was just a one-time fluke weird thing. However, me personally, if someone cheats on me, I'm like dipping out, like peace, never see you again, bye. It's like one person screws you over, there's billions of other people. So I'm not gonna waste my time on one person. So we can see how cheating is really, it stems from insecurity. It stems from not feeling good enough, and it stems from feeling like you constantly need external validation. And if you feel like you're not getting that in your relationship from your partner, some people are going to look for it in somebody else. And this really brings us back to the core issue of, feeling powerless and feeling like we have to look outside of ourselves for happiness and permission and validation. And this is what I teach. I mean, gosh, I will say this until I'm blue in the face, but we have everything we need already within us. It's just that we've been programmed to think that we're powerless and that we will only be happy when we attain a certain amount of money or status or whatever. And so a lot of people look to relationships for that happiness, for that fulfillment. And this is why we have this thing called a honeymoon phase when you start dating someone. And yeah, part of it is they're new and it's a new relationship and you just want to be cute and whatever. But the reason why so many couples break up after that honeymoon phase, or why the relationship kind of goes to shit after those first few months, is because they're placing all of their value and happiness into the relationship, into the other person. You're relying on something outside of you, aka the relationship or the person, to make you happy, to give you a sense of purpose. And it's all just an illusion. It is a false sense of happiness and fulfillment and purpose. This isn't to say that someone can't add to your happiness, but you need to have that foundation already within you where you're like, okay, I know I can be happy regardless of who's in my life, what I'm doing as a job. Like, I know that I have this innate happiness, and it is a choice that I get to choose every day. And when you don't have that foundation, you're just looking to find that happiness and that purpose in everything outside of you, whether it's a job, whether it's the people in your life, whether it's a hobby, or, like a habit. It's because we are looking for this false sense of fulfillment because we don't feel like we have it within us. And it's not that we don't have it within us, it's just we haven't learned how to cultivate that within ourselves. We haven't tapped into that part of ourselves yet. And we're so programmed and kind of brainwashed to think that I can't possibly make myself happy. That's crazy. I don't have that power. I have to look at all of these external things to be even remotely happy and satisfied in life. So how can I say with so much confidence that I would never cheat on somebody? It's because I know that I have that foundation within myself, and I don't need to look for that external validation in another person. And I don't rely on my relationship or just one person or a job or whatever to give me that sense of fulfillment and happiness and to feel like I'm part of something greater, because I already have that within myself. And that's part of why my spirituality is so important to me, because it's all about being part of a bigger mission here on earth, but it stems from the belief that I am enough exactly as I am. I don't need a certain amount of money. I don't need, 10 houses or a certain status to make it, to be enough, to be good enough. I already am. And I think what it really comes down to is having a clear set of values that you are so rooted in that you would never stray from them no matter what situation you're in. So for me, I know what my values are, and I've just always kind of been this way and had really, really strong values. And I think my parents definitely helped instill those into me more and strengthen those values and really taught me what's important in life. But I do feel like on some level, I'm an old soul. I know I've lived lifetimes before. So I do think on some level, I just kind of came into the world and was like, yeah, that's right and that's wrong. And I would do this and not that. And it's always been very clear to me, but I understand for other people, it's not always the case. So if you struggle with this, I recommend sitting down with yourself and make a list and get clear and ask yourself, what do I value? What are my values? What is important to me? Who do I want to be as a human? And journal it out, make a list, write it down, get really clear on your values so that you already know when you're put into a tough situation, you already have your values laid out. You know where you stand. For me, honesty and loyalty are really big values. So I know if I commit to somebody and I love them and care about them, it just goes against my value system to cheat on them. Because trust me, I've had opportunities and I have not taken them. Because I know in those situations, this is wrong. This is not who I am as a human. I'm not going to do that. And it's sort of you have to make up your mind ahead of time before you're put in tough situations who you want to be as a person. You have to decide ahead of time who you are. But if you've never taken the chance to think about your values and get clear on them, then you're kind of just going through life without any foundation, without anything to refer back to. And you're kind of just going with whatever, and whatever feels good in the moment. And to an extent, that's great until you start harming other people and yourself. And that's the other aspect of it. I know I would never cheat on somebody. Like, yes, because I don't want to hurt someone that I love and care about, but I also don't want to hurt myself. And I know from a moral standpoint, doing something that is so unaligned with who I am as a person, such as cheating on somebody, that would hurt me. Yes, it would hurt the other person, but it would hurt me as well, because I would have to live with the fact that I betrayed somebody and did a shitty thing like cheating to somebody. I don't want to do that to myself. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to have to live with that. Those are some of my thoughts around cheating. I feel like it's a taboo topic and something that people don't really talk about, but I feel like it's important to talk about cheating, why people cheat, and also just your philosophy around it and how you feel about it. Not only is it about having a higher standard for the people you're dating, but it's also about having a higher standard for yourself. If you don't want to date a cheater, but you are a cheater, you can't expect to date someone who is not also going to cheat on you. Like, it's not fair to be like, I don't want you to cheat on me, but I might cheat on you. I don't know. That's not fair. So it's also about like looking at how you've been showing up in relationships. So anyways, those are my thoughts. I'm curious what you think about it. I'm curious what your thoughts are around cheating. If you have other requests for videos, please leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, all the fun stuff. Follow me on Instagram. Everything you need will be down in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye.